Welcome to Pioneer Portraits. I am your host, Darla Miller. Join me as we dig into the university experience of Malone students and alumni and hear more about what challenges, encourages, and inspires them. Welcome to Pioneer Portraits, and the purpose of the podcast, that's a lot of P's, is to draw attention to different programs or different classes that are here on campus. And I am super excited to be able to talk to you guys about this program, also because I'm participating in it. And so, tell us what the program is, Joyce.
Well, I believe we're mainly talking about our class called Exercise Prescription, which is a class where our exercise science students use all the content knowledge that they've gotten through all their other exercise science classes like anatomy and kinesiology and nutrition, and we bring that all together and we have our students work with a member of our faculty and staff and actually personal train them. And it sets you up for a personal training certification and gives you like the whole semester to take them through that process, everywhere from fitness assessment to goal implementation to programming to planning all the workouts and sticking with them through the whole semester, and then we reassess, and it's just kind of a cool experience.
It is cool, and I apologize. This is Joyce Byler, and Joyce, I just assume everybody knows you, but would you please tell us about your position here?
Okay, I have a couple hats. I'm the director of the Wellness Center, and I'm a instructor in exercise science, sport management, and School of Education. And so I do a little teaching, I'm faculty advisor for Wellness Council, and just, a lot of different.
Take care of everybody that comes into the Wellness Center.
Try to get them going in the right path, send them in the right direction.
And if you have cooperative people, usually that works. Some people are not so cooperative, but that's okay.
It just takes some people
a little longer to get cooperative.
For us to get them where they need to be.
Okay, good. And Charity, this is Charity Koontz, who is important to me this semester because she's training me. Surprise, Max. I know. Aren't you proud? And this is Max Maline, and Max is here representing a graduate from the exercise science and
occupational therapy.
OTs.
That track.
Okay,
yes.
Track. Great. So, do you guys use this then as an internship? Is that part of the goal?
It's not an internship. It's an actual course in which it's part of the course requirement that you work. And I'm glad you brought up that Max is at OT because many people who are in exercise science do not want to, like their end goal is not to become a personal trainer, but this course still sets you up to work with people and do that relationship building and take them through that process and implement training plans. And so even if your end goal is not to be a trainer, some people do want to become personal trainers.
Okay.
But it kind of helps you with physical therapy, occupational therapy, athletic training. It still gives you those relationship building experiences.
So, Max, could you speak to that? How has that prepped you for what you're doing right now?
No, so I'm in grad school going for my master's in occupational therapy right now. It's going awesome. And, like
At
Joyce
the
said,
school that will not be
won't
mentioned.
Speak at the name. That's right.
Okay.
That's right. Roll ears. Anyways, this class, as Joyce said, was like, you get to sit down with someone who works here as a student. You're like, all right, what are your goals? Like, what do you want to improve? What areas of fitness? And for OT, it's not like exactly what we do, but there are different aspects and components from that class I've actually carried. And actually, just today, like we worked on goal writing today. And goal writing, it might sound easy. It's actually, there's a lot more to it. A lot of people that I've realized is, even in myself, when I'm writing a goal, whether it's for me or for somebody else, you often write this goal, but then what you're trying to meet is actually not even the goal you set. And it's a progress and a process of learning how to verbalize and make real what you want in your brain. And that class was part of that. You sit down with someone like, I want to do X, Y, and Z. I want to work out 30 minutes 3 times a week, and I want to get, bigger biceps. It's like, okay. But then you start doing it, and maybe they're not seeing it, but then you're like, you look back on it, and you're like, oh, we didn't actually go for that goal. We were just kind of, cruising towards this one. And you have to, it's like a lot of a lot of editing here and there. And like I said, it's super cool because, like Joyce said, this is more of like a trainer program. But that's not what I'm doing, but I still use plenty of aspects, and it helps so much with, the personal skills that are essential for anybody in like an exercise area. So very helpful. It was really fun too. That's a plus.
That's good. Who did you train?
Adam Clemon.
That
He's
would
awesome.
Be fun.
Yeah.
That would
He's
be
a dog.
fun.
Yeah.
I think a dog is a good thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
He's a
Just
monster.
checking.
I didn't know if I
He
could help
actually
him.
is.
Yeah, he was.
Just super strong. Huh?
Yeah, and really quick, I'll just add this too. Is like there were so many ranges of like people we got to work with. So all the students we just kind of randomly got put out. Well, I know Joyce had some say in who would go with who, but some people like Adam, he's working out 6 a.m. 3 times a week. Yeah. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Like I don't know. Like bro, you don't even need me. But then some people are like, I've never stepped foot in the gym. So that was really cool because that's people you're gonna meet in the real world.
Yeah.
You're gonna have people who, even in terms of like therapy, people who know what to do in order to recover. You're gonna have people that have no idea. They just had a stroke or something like that, and they're like, I have no idea what to do. And then you're like, all right, here we go. But there could be someone who's like, yeah, I've had a couple incidents before. I kind of know what I'm doing. So you have to meet people where they're at. So.
And Adam loved Max.
Oh yeah.
By the way.
Oh yeah.
Everybody loves
Oh.
Max.
No, but
It's hard not
Guys.
to.
They had a really cool working
awesome.
relationship.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
we ran up the McKinley stairs as our last thing. He wanted to work on cardio, and we
No
cranked up those
ideas.
stairs.
No
awesome.
ideas.
Yeah, we jammed out there. It was sweet.
Yeah, I have to watch what people say in front of Charity because otherwise, next
Take
thing I
notes.
know, I'm having to do something. All right, young lady, talk about yourself. So tell us your major. Tell us what's your hometown and where are you planning to go with this degree when you finish?
Yes. My major is exercise science with a track of athletic training. And I'm from Pittsburgh, PA. And I'm planning on going to grad school to get my master's in athletic training.
Okay, great.
That's sweet.
And what area do you hope to work in? When you say athletic training, like I know you're a runner, so
Yes. I would like to work with either cross country or track, but it's not
But
any
you're
sport.
open.
Yeah.
okay. All right, Joyce. I heard that you have a sense of your calling about why you do this. And I heard once that you have this great saying. Maybe you don't even know you have a great saying. But I heard that it affected somebody when you said it. And then I thought, that's a good mantra for all of us.
I mean, I'm not sure if this is what you're going for, but everybody who knows me has heard me say, and if it's not the right one, sorry.
We're going to fake it if it's
Okay,
not.
that like working out, I've been a fitness professional my whole life, and that's like a long time. And I don't really think working out and working on your fitness is that important, but I feel like if you can get a handle on your fitness, it just frees you up to go out and do all the great things that God has planned for you. And it just takes all that baggage away, and it just lets you go. That's just my core belief. Am I close?
You're very close. They told me that you said your calling is helping people get physically fit so that they can go out and do their calling.
That's awesome.
And and I believe it. I mean, for me, this has been, and so I am your guinea pig and patient, your trainee. But for me, that's part of my goal. And I told you, I think in the beginning is I need to be fit so that I can keep up with, first of all, my adorable grandson, but also so that I can keep up with the schedule here. So, Miss Charity, who is not always very charitable, by the way, Max. Sometimes she's like, get down. We're doing it again. Yes.
What you gotta do is 18.
We're doing it again. Even when I cry, she doesn't care.
Don't matter.
She
She's
says,
never cried. Don't listen to her.
she says, I say it hurts. She says, yay, it's making you stronger.
Good.
Yeah.
So what are some of your, other than I'm just so fun to be around,
Of course.
you have picked up 2 people because you agreed to train both of us at the same time. How is that benefiting you, do you think, this year?
I think it's taught me a lot about just like watching everything around me and like trying to figure things out. So like you guys, the first time that we worked out together, I was like, oh, I don't want you guys just like standing here. I want you to be doing something at all times. And I had to like work on the go and think, really fast. Like, oh, how am I going to change this around so that you guys aren't just standing here talking and that we're actually getting a good hour of workout in?
Okay.
That's good.
So she's done that. She has. Our first couple workouts, one of us would be standing and watching the other one, and now she's like, okay, now while she does this, you're going to be on this machine, and while she's doing so that we're trading.
That's awesome.
That's sweet.
Get on your feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Proud of that.
I'm actually impressed, and that's life. And I'm sure
yeah.
with occupational therapy, that's also
Yeah, there's only so many, rule books.
Right.
None of them are 100% right, So thinking on your feet is definitely like an essential skill
Yeah.
that you need to have.
I've been given homework for while I'm gone this next week because we're all going on break. And Max, you'll be happy to know that my plan is to use a certain video.
Oh, yes.
my
Very
homework.
good.
Ah, yes.
So
Shout out to Evan.
Yes, I appreciate that. Thank you, Evan. Charity, what made you choose Malone?
I came here, I really like the community here, and I like the team a lot. Something that brought me here is definitely running. It's just, I love the way that all the girls, they're all together all the time. We eat all meals together, we go to practice together, I live with them. It's just such a great, group of people to be around.
Is that where your SFO is? Or is that one of your SFOs?
We have an SFO together, like a Bible study.
Okay.
We do a Bible study together, women's cross country. And
SFO, by the way, spiritual formation opportunity.
Yeah.
I should say that.
And then I also, another one of my friends leads the journaling SFO on Thursday nights that we all go to.
So, all the cross-country team all goes to it?
For the most part,
mean,
yeah.
that's-
It's not mandatory, but a lot of us.
You hang
Yeah.
out together, so
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think you're building, and Max, you can talk about this since you're away a year. Tell me about friendships. You love the community. What are things that Malone has brought you specifically with friendship? And I'd like to know how being a Christian college you think has made a difference in how that friendship's going.
Is there anything?
Okay.
Go.
Yeah, I feel like I've just made a lot of amazing friendships here. I think running definitely is something that, you get a really close friendship from that. You're going through the ringer with each other every single day on runs. I think that was really important. And then even in classes, I have really great friends. And since it's, such a small university, the classes are small. And I think I've just, made really great friends with people in them because I have classes with them almost every day. And so I really like that. And I think I'm not, with the Christian university, everybody has the same values as me. It's not people are skipping class because they don't want to go, or they're doing other things like normal college students would do. But here, we're here to learn, and I'm here to make friendships, and I'm not here for the college life as other colleges.
You're here for the college life.
I'm here for the college life.
It's an exceptional
Yes.
college life, yeah.
Whoa.
Whoa, that was the Lord saying, yes, you are here for that.
Right.
All right, Max.
Yeah.
What do you think?
First off, don't let me forget, I have a question for you about what you
Okay.
said about your journaling club. I'm
Yes.
just curious what that looks like. I'll say that after this.
Okay.
If you guys don't mind, because I think it sounds cool.
I think it's great.
Okay, sweet. So, anyways, yeah, I have built so many fantastic friendships that are, even 1 year out, still lasting, going on, active, checking up, active hanging out. When college is over, in this sense of undergrad, it's a whole nother, end of a chapter, new page, let's go. And, you have to learn. It's a process and in learning how to, keep up with friendships. And then you learn too, specific friends and friendships, you have to pour more into, not that they deserve more, but that's just how your guys' relationship is, and just navigating how that is. It can be kind of a tricky process and figuring out, because there are some friends I have, I could not talk to them or I wouldn't have to talk to them for 5 years, and I could just get a text from them out of the blue and pick it up right where we left off, just like that. And there are others that, for me to feel that connection still, I have to, check up on them, talk, see them every maybe 2 or 3 weeks. We're all super busy, and it's just really cool, figuring that out. And yeah, when I came to Malone, I wanted to come here because it was a Christian university, and it was closer to home. I'm from Cleveland originally, so only about an hour out. And yeah, I wanted that smaller kind of Christian college atmosphere, and boy, did I get it. It was awesome. It's fantastic. And I prayed for friends. I prayed for a best friend, and I got one. And it was fantastic freshman year. Shout out to Mr. Mitch Bodiger. He's my best friend, still is, and that man is dear to my soul. He's been with me through the thick and thin, and like it's cool to like look back and just see like I'd say milestones of friendships of friendship that you've experienced with an individual, and just seeing how that keeps progressing. And it's a choice. Like I still want to be your friend. Some choices are easier than others.
I'm sure.
It's super easy with him, but yeah. And then both of us are Christians, so we have a deeply rooted faith, and that was part of the reason actually why we became close in the first place, was through faith. We'd actually started doing a little series in Acts, and those would occur at like 3-4 in the morning on school nights, and that was not good.
So
but that happened.
I will say that maybe this is a different thing going on at 3 or 4 in the morning than your average university.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it is.
He's got two bros
Yeah.
digging into Acts, reading about Peter and Saul. You know what I mean? It was awesome. It was fantastic. But yeah, that has lasted, and it's fantastic. It's beautiful. Like I said, I think just the most interesting aspect to me has been how certain friendships and relationships have like differed, but still remain strong. And I think it's pretty cool. But
Joyce, what's your favorite part of Malone and working here?
I would say if I were to just talk to some random person about why I love Malone, it's just like you hear a lot of negativity about young people and how they have no values and they're just, flying from one viewpoint to another. And when I am around these students, like I'm just continually impressed with their faith, their commitment, their values. Like what you said about coming to class, it's just amazing to me. My students they just come to class, and we go through this process together.
Right.
It's not like I threaten them or it's just I think there's just a real basic sense of community. Like we're in this and we're all working on it together, and it's really lovely.
And I think we hear a lot about how our faculty reach out to students, but I do think it's symbiotic. I think our students show up also in our classes and are active and are willing and sometimes are hard-nosed when they need to be and push those people that they're training, but also are always kind and sweet. And
100%. I get
Yeah.
so much from my students.
yeah,
Really
for
do.
sure.
could I ask that question about the journaling
You
club real
can
quick?
ask.
Okay, cool.
It's actually the journaling spiritual formation.
Oh, yeah. So what is that? What does
Yes.
that look like? I'm just curious.
And it's interesting because she just explained this to me
I
today
did.
during training.
'Cause
So.
I've been
Yes.
looking at, we've been talking about, for us, different types of interventions, and journaling and writing is part of like an
Yeah.
intervention that you can use with a client. So I'm just curious on what this like SFO kind of looks like.
Yes. Well, I believe Sam Heyer, a girl that recently
Yep.
graduated from here, she created it, and now my close friend Kylie Gray runs it. And so it's just like a different SFO. Like you go and you do something. You're not just listening to someone. I think a lot of people like that aspect of it. You go and Kylie has journal prompts for everybody. And normally there's 3 questions, I think, that you fill out. She talks a little bit in the beginning. She reads something from the Bible. And every question, it's journaling questions, but then she also like ties in God and like how it affects that prompt that week. And then she leaves like 10 minutes at the end, and you talk about it with all the people around you. And I think it's really brought me really close to all my friends because you're sharing stuff that you wouldn't normally share.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
And she has lots of really pretty gel pens.
She does.
So fun.
Gel pens are so
Yeah.
good.
Not like a pack of 2.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
so awesome.
Yeah.
Yes. I love it. Yeah, no, like
Yeah.
writing is just like it goes from like your brain to your hands,
Yeah.
Like, sometimes from your brain to your mouth is like quick, it's out. Sometimes, your mouth can speak for your brain. But like, when you're writing, you got to take time to stay word to word.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you got your visual processes going too. You're looking at what you're writing. So there's just so much more to like dive into when it's written.
Yeah.
And that goes to show like when you're like, I feel a lot closer, I'm sharing things. And it's like, you're not just telling somebody something, you're writing it and like, hey, check this out. And it's like, whoa, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You had to put, this wasn't just a blurt, maybe it was a blurt, but there was more to it than just yapping. You know what I mean?
You're telling yourself these things too. You're telling yourself these stories.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. I love it. Great work. Keep that up.
She writes all the time. She writes
So
in her
good.
journal
Yeah.
in exercise class. I mean, you also,
That's an assignment.
Darla
Yeah.
is fucking
Just
dot.
saying.
yeah, Darla is not doing her job. Darla
Strike
whined today about that side plank once again, but we're still going to do it. All right, Charity, again, not working with me. That's not a good answer. What has been the most challenging part so far of this class? What do you think?
I would say definitely having 2 clients at one time is a challenge. And also coming up with different workouts every week or trying to switch it up every week so that you're not bored and you're doing something like you want to come and work out and just making it fun and exciting for you.
We actually want to come because we like you,
Thank you.
and we want you to get a good grade. And because it's making a difference.
Yes.
So, Joyce, what made you choose Charity for 2 of us? Because it was an unusual request for me to say, can I do this with someone else? But
Charity's the only person that has 2 clients in the class.
Right.
We had to double up, and I work with Charity a lot through. She's a student worker in the wellness center. I have her in my senior seminar class, and I knew that I would have a lot of contact time with her, and that we could work together because it's a little tricky having 2.
Yeah.
And I didn't know how it would go. It's actually gone really well, but I didn't know because I didn't know Rosemary. So I knew we would have a lot of hands-on time, but she's just taken off. I don't really
she's doing
have
great.
to worry about her at all. She's awesome.
I will tell you also, Joyce does know what it's like to try and work with me. So she said, who can handle a tough client? Sometimes.
She goes,
Sometimes. This is that friendship community at
so we
work.
got 2 tables here.
That's right. Tell me about your future plans. So you're going to hopefully go to you are going to go to graduate school. We
Yes.
believe that. And then you're hopefully going to be working with a team or
Yes.
a professional team or a college team, or you have no idea.
I think I would like to work in a college.
Okay.
I don't really want to work in a high school, but I would. But a college would be cool. Professional team, it's up there to strive for, but I think it'd be a cool experience. I'm not fully set on it, but a college, yeah.
And where are you working right now? Because I know you're working part-time. And then what do you want to do when you graduate with your master's?
Yeah, so I'm working part-time at the Canton Christian Home, right across the drive from the JC. It's going awesome. An activities assistant there. So it's not obviously the same thing, as an OT, but I get to interact with, residents, the geriatric population, and just getting them hyped about doing fun stuff. It's such a cool experience. Yeah, in terms of where I want to go after I graduate, I don't know. I really don't know. I'm trying to just soak it all in and try it all out. And obviously, I really enjoy geriatrics. I worked past 2 summers as a care aide at a facility near my house. And then obviously I'm currently working as a activities assistant. So I've been in the geriatric population for the past 3 years, and I love them. They're so much fun.
And
They're
there are
great.
going to be a lot more of us.
Yep.
And, I mean,
they,
we just
they never
we
go
just
away.
keep getting old.
They never go away. And yeah, I just if I had to pick, if someone was like, you got to pick right now, I would probably say geriatrics. That's just because I've worked with them the most and have enjoyed all of it. But yeah, I don't really know. I'm really open, and that's the cool thing about OT. Little plug right here. But there are so many options, and they're only becoming more and more.
Okay.
I got to go to a little symposium. We got to hear from some OTs. There's a gal. She works with incarcerated youth, and then there are people who work with children with disabilities such as autism. The spectrum is huge for where OTs can make their mark. Mm-hmm. So that's something I've been very open to, and just trying to soak it in and just feel it out. So it's going great. Don't know yet. That's okay.
That's great.
Yeah.
I love that you say make your mark, because I hope Malone makes its mark on you guys, has made its mark on
did.
you, and will help you make your mark in the world. That's that's what our goal is, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It did.
Because our calling is to do what we're supposed to do so that you guys can do your calling. That really is true. All right. One last question for you. And this is a big one. Why should... Actually, you've gotten us a couple of students maybe that are related to you.
Yep, I got you a couple.
Why should students who are considering what college I'm going to go to, why should they pick Malone?
Well, yes, as Darla kind of said, I have 3 younger sisters that are, well, 2 are currently here, and 1 declared that she'd be coming here. So that's kind of sweet.
Yay, that's
Let's
awesome.
go. Fantastic. What I would tell people why I was a tour guide. I should know this off the top of my head,
You
right?
should.
I know. I think, obviously, you know, it is a Christian university, and that's there. It's plastered on the front, and that's beautiful. It should be there. I'm trying to kind of just figure out how to word what I'm trying to say. Actually, yeah, I know what it is. One of the biggest things that I brag about this place is the ratio of students to teachers, and that I get to know my teacher almost like it wasn't like or my professor as like I did as I knew a teacher in high school. And my professors like strove to know my name, and I wasn't just a number, wasn't just a kid in the seat. You know, they were looking, trying to get our names to faces. You walk down the sidewalk, hey so-and-so, hey so-and-so. And that is something that I specifically talk about with Malone as well. That's something that's just, it's so homey. It's a very homey feeling university. I felt that the entire time here. And I know I said it before, but I'll say it again, like walking just down a sidewalk to a class and just looking up and smiling, seeing someone you know, or even just someone that you pass by because that's your guys' schedule. Like, that's not everywhere. It really isn't. Even in other colleges of the same demographic or size or even foundation, it's not. And that is somewhere that has been here and, in my experience, exclusively here in terms of other campuses, universities. And that's just a beautiful thing. It's kind of hard to, you know, have a frown when someone just goes, hey, even if it's just your typical Midwestern hello. But I don't know. I think it's something beautiful. So that's what I would say. Kind of a mouthful.
Yeah. Going off of that, I think the professors are incredible here. I think every single one has known my name, has tried to get to know me. I feel like they still remember my name. And I think I've gotten experiences here that I would not have gotten elsewhere. I didn't even know this program existed before coming to Malone. And I came into Malone as a nursing major. Okay. And I found out about exercise science. I was like, yeah, like that's what I want to do. I'm in the wrong place. And I switched here, and I just haven't had second doubts since I switched from exercise science.
And my guess is people helped you switch.
Yes. I think my friends are a big part of that. I think I know a lot of people who are exercise science majors, especially in the running community. And I just realized, like, I'm so passionate about exercise, and I love bringing other people to that. And that's what I want to do. And I think the people around me in the community definitely helped me find that.
Well, I hated to exercise, and you've helped me like it, and maybe even feel successful.
Wow. Good. That's my goal.
That's what I'm talking about right there. Let's go.
Joyce, tell us why moms should send their kids to Malone.
Yeah, that's a good one because I'm a mom.
You
I'm
are.
a mom too now.
I know.
But, you know.
Two cute little girls.
I'll be honest. When I look at my students, I just think of my kid who's in college now, and I think of my older kid who's been through college, and I just think about all the stressors they have and all the things they're juggling, and I would want someone that really sees them and, like, gets down and says, like, you know, how are you doing?
Right.
And helps them figure stuff out. And I feel very strongly that our faculty members do that with our students here. And that's what I would want from my student. Because it's a lot. Like, it's a lot of stressors out there for young people right now. Mm-hmm. And that's what I would want from my kids. So, yeah.
And we get to shape gently, hopefully. And sometimes I'm not so gentle with her. Sometimes I'm like, oh, no. But I really do love that I get to know you and that I get to work with you, even though you're the teacher here and I'm the student. So, all right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me. And hopefully we'll have a whole bunch of students enroll as exercise science majors.
Oh,
all right.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thanks again for joining us today for Pioneer Portraits. I hope you will pray for Malone University. Send us students. Come visit our campus and speak well of us. If you like what you hear, share this episode on your social media or tell a friend the old-fashioned way.